In this video, I'm going to be ranking the top 10 best Galaxy Opal cards right now in NBA 2K23 Myteam. You guys can let me know in the comment section down below who are some of your guys' favorite Galaxy Opal cards right now in the game, and let me know what you guys would change about my top 10, as we've gotten so many good new Galaxy Opal cards over the past couple weeks. So I just want to get you guys an updated video and show you guys who I personally think are the best Galaxy Opals. But on my number 10 spot is going to be the Galaxy Opal Magic Johnson, and I still think he's an amazing point guard who's 6'9" with a 7-foot wingspan. As I just mentioned, there's been so many good cards, especially at the point guard position, that have been dropping this past week with the out of position drop. We got like the Jimmy Butler, the Sengun, the Scotty Barnes, the Draymond, even the pink diamond point guards, the Matisse Thybulle, the Luke Walton. Just so many elite point guards in the game that I do think a couple of them are better than a Magic Johnson. But don't get it twisted, I think Magic is still an amazing point guard. He plays good defense, he's good at going to the basket, he's actually got some pretty good sigs with the Steve Francis size up. That Dame behind the back is super glitchy with Magic Johnson in transition. Just for me personally, I think he's still got that baited jump shot, really hard to green, at least in my opinion, contest it, and it's a little bit baited, so it's easier to contest a card like Magic. And for that reason, I think there's just going to be some better point guards in the game over a card like Magic Johnson. But at my number 9 spot, a very well-rounded small forward in this Jonathan Isaac card. I still think he's one of the best defenders in the game. Obviously, we did get the Ben Wallace yesterday when you guys are probably watching this video, and the new edition drop, and maybe he's a better defender than Jonathan Isaac, and so is Bill Russell. But after those two guys, I think Jonathan Isaac is probably the next best defender with he's 6'11" with a 7'2" wingspan and basically perfect defensive stats and badges. Like, he's got, I think, 10 or 11 on Hoff, and then he's also got a 98 block, 95 interior defense with a 95 steal and a 95 perimeter. Jump shot wise, I think is also pretty good for Jonathan Isaac. I think he's one of the best 3-and-D cards in the game, probably behind Bill Russell. Like, just for his defense, impact, and be able to knock down a 3-ball, I think Jonathan Isaac is super good, especially for a Galaxy Opal. But at my number 8 spot is going to be the Ben Simmons card, the Galaxy Opal. I think it's a really close debate between Ben Simmons and Magic Johnson, and even the other point guards that we'll talk about that I do think are better than Ben and Magic. I think it's really close and not that big of a difference between these 4 point guards we're going to be going over in this video. But yeah, Ben Simmons still has one of the best player models, and he's the tallest point guard in the game, being 6'11" with a 7-foot wingspan, and he's probably the best rebounding and slashing point guard in the game with his player model, and just overall is a very good defender as well. So for me personally, I just think it really comes down to his jump shot really not being the best on quick timing. I feel like it's a little bit baited of a release, and sometimes he does feel like a little bit of a liability on the offensive end, only having a 65 3-ball and no shooting badges. But besides that, he is still so elite at the point guard position, and all around, I think he's the 8th best Galaxy Opal card. But at my number 7 spot is going to be one of the RNG cards from season 5, and that's going to be the Galaxy Opal Billy Knight. I still think he's a really good shooting guard. He's 6'6" with a 6'10" wingspan. I do think he probably dropped out of the top 3 shooting guards in the game. Did I say point guard? He's a shooting guard small forward. I think he's dropped out of the top 3 shooting guards in the game. I do believe he's behind guys like Tracy McGrady, Kobe Bryant, and the new Clyde Drexler. I think are a little bit better than Billy Knight, but still a very good shooting guard, super well-rounded stats and badges. He's got Hall of Fame limitless range, catch and shoot, agent 3, very good defensive stats, and then offensively, jump shot wise, I do think he's got one of the more smooth jump shots in the game and very easy to green with the Rudy Gay base and the Oscar Robertson upper. On quick timing, isn't the fastest release in the game right now, but still is a very good jump shot. And then he's also got the Donovan Mitchell size up and the John Wall skate, which I think are 2 of the best sigs in the game. And then he's also got some very good dunk packages. So just all around, as a complete shooting guard, I do think he's one of the better Galaxy Opals in my team. At my number 6 spot though, I'm going to be going with the Galaxy Opal Scotty Barnes. I think he's just barely going to miss out of the top 5 Opal cards. And like I said about the Ben Simmons and the Magic Johnson card, these guys are all so close. I mean, Scotty Barnes is not that much better than a Ben Simmons in my opinion, or Magic Johnson. I think they're all so close. If you want to say Ben's better than Scotty or Magic is better than Scotty, I think that's a very debatable, not topic, but just a very debatable cards, between Magic, Ben, Scotty Barnes, and even the other point guard that we'll talk about here in a second. But yeah, Barnes, I think, is a very good defensive card with a 6'8" with a 7'2" wingspan. Amazing defensive stats, 94 block, 96 steal, 95 perimeter defense, 93 interior defense, and then also does have Hall of Fame anchor, challenger, clamps, glove, menace, off-ball pass, and workhorse. And then he also does have Hall of Fame clamp breaker and Hall of Fame quick first steps. Those cards really good at going to the rim He does have some very good dunk packages, like he just dunks from like anywhere on the court. But my favorite thing about this card is probably actually his dribble sigs. He's got the Steve Francis size up, he's got the John Wall escape, which I do believe are two of the best sigs in the game. And then jump shot wise, he's basically just got a better jump shot than Ben Simmons and Magic Johnson, and he's more reliable from the 3-point line, able to knock down jump shots a lot more consistently than a Ben Simmons and a Magic Johnson. And I think for that reason, he's just going to be a little bit better at that point guard spot. But at my number 5 spot for the top 5 Galaxy Opals now, I do think Bantam is at number 5. I think you maybe could have him a little bit higher if you wanted to. I think he's still a very good small forward. He's 6'9" with a 7'1" wingspan, and I think he's just a little bit better than a card like Billy Knight. Both super complete stats and badges wise. Just for me, I like Mike Bantam's jump shot a tad bit more with the Kyle Kuzma base. I found Kyle Kuzma is one of the easier bases to green in the game and one of my favorite bases as well. So with the Rudy Gay upper, I think that's also super amazing. And then sigs wise, just like Billy Knight, has some great dribble sigs. I think all around, Mike Bantam still a very, very elite small forward and the 5th best Galaxy Opal card. But at my number 4 spot, like I've been talking about with these point guards, I do think it's going to be Sengun is the best Galaxy Opal point guard. But once again, super close between Scotty Barnes, Ben Simmons, Magic Johnson. Very, very tight at that point guard position when we're talking about these 4 Galaxy Opal cards. If you guys want to say Ben Simmons is better than Sengun, you want to say Magic is better than Sengun, I think that's a very, very close debate between those 3-4 point guards. But for me, I like Sengun a little bit more because in my opinion, the way that I kind of view Sengun is he's basically just Ben Simmons with a jump shot. He's got an 89 3 ball, 93 mid-range, and a way better release than a Ben Simmons. And he can also move a lot better with the Kyle Lowry size up and the Trae Young escape. So basically the way that I imagine it is you take Ben Simmons, you give him a way better jump shot, even though it's not like the best release in the game. I won't say it's a good release, but it's a lot better than Ben Simmons. So it's Ben Simmons with the jump shot, higher 3 ball, more shooting badges, and way better dribble sigs. And then basically you do get Sengun. So in my opinion, I think Sengun is the 4th best Galaxy Opal. Coming in at my number 3 spot is going to be the another RNG card from season 5, the Galaxy Opal Danny Ferry, who is from like Unlimited and the Unlimited Volties and also T2 Online Co-op, and then I think Clutch Time Online Wheel Spin as well. So a lot of ways to get this card, but he's very rare, just like Mike Bantam and Billy Knight were. But I do think he's one of the best Galaxy Opals in the game. He's a small forward, power forward, 6'10" with a 7'2" wingspan. His jump shot is absolutely money with the O'Shea Brissett base and the Carmelo Anthony upper. It's one of the quicker jump shots in the game on very quick timing. So I will say, like, I have this card personally. I had to get really comfortable with his release, and it took me a lot of time and practice to get his jump shot down where I felt like I could green really consistently with him, because that jump shot, let me tell you, is super quick and he does get a lot of load up animation. So a card like Mike Bantam, Billy Knight, they have more smooth, slower jump shots but easier to green compared to a Danny Ferry who's got that quicker jump shot, but after you get it down, I think it's a better release in my personal opinion. But Danny Ferry, amazing stats and badges wise. He's got 90 in every single defensive category that matters. He's got Hall of Fame limitless range, Deadeye, corner specialist, catch and shoot, and Agent 3 as well. So I mean, this card is super nice at that small forward position. But in my opinion, guys, I think Purvis Ellison is a tad bit better at small forward, and that is such a close debate between Purvis and Danny Ferry. So let me know in the comment section down below, who do you guys think is the better small forward? And if you guys also have been grinding for these cards, let me know, have you guys got them? And if you guys did, let me know from which game mode. And if you guys haven't got them, let me know how many games you guys have played to try to obtain these cards, because they're so rare to get Danny Ferry and Purvis Ellison. But for me personally, I like Purvis a little bit more. I think he's slightly better on the defensive end, and he also does have the Darius Garland size up compared to the Danny Ferry where he has Fox size up. So I think Garland is a little bit better, but honestly, this really just comes down to the jump shot and whose release you do prefer. So let me know who you guys like more between Purvis Ellison and Danny Ferry. And then at the number 1 spot, I mean, it's just got to be Yao Ming. He's probably going to be the best Galaxy Opal card for pretty much the entire year, because if you think about it, who's going to be a better Galaxy Opal than Yao Ming? Because most of the top tier cards from this point going forward, yes, we'll get some really good Galaxy Opal cards, but are we going to get any Galaxy Opal better than Yao Ming? I personally don't think so, at least until we get like an Opal Taco Fall or some other crazy Opal card. But most of those guys will be getting Dark Matters. Like, I would assume Taco Fall's next card will probably be a Dark Matter, center in like late April or May. That's probably when he'll get his next card. So in my opinion, I think Yao Ming will probably be the best Galaxy Opal in the game for quite some time, unless we get some really good, you know, Simbular glitch card, or maybe they give us a Manute Bol type Galaxy Opal. Unless we get one of those, I think Yao Ming is going to be the best Galaxy Opal in the game, and rightfully so, because he's just so elite at that center position, being 7'6" with a 7'9" wingspan. You guys should know by now how and why this Yao Ming card is so elite. But let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about my top 10 Galaxy Opal list, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.